In a high bridge over the Marmara Sea, Turkey, two public buses helped out some couriers on a motorcycle to cross the bridge. At that time, the weather was so bad for them to cross the bridge, even they have some help, as we can see. They still have to go really slow. This is proof that the world is still full of kindness. This one is a video from Indonesia. In front of a Galaxy Mall, Surabaya, a little kid who is selling newspaper is falling asleep. Shortly afterwards, a man gives him some money, and this boy received it with half conscious. We hope you can grow to be a great man. What do you feel like if a random man pays our groceries bills? This woman really moved by his sweet action, even she couldn't stop crying. Before, she had a bad day, but this man changed it for her. She really felt grateful for what he did. The fact that he left quickly makes you really a good person. Next, we have the best son for this mom. How can it be not? At first, he helps his mom to shave her head because of her chemotherapy. But then he starts to shave his head too, as empathy to his mom. She didn't know that he shaves his head, but when she realized it, she starts to help her son. That is a really sweet thing to do for your mom. This video came from a car's black box in Japan. There is one elderly who wants to cross the street with his bicycle. But when he half crossed the street, he fell. Two men who saw him fall quickly helped him to pull over to the side of the street. This is a very touching video. As we can see, this man is not in his best condition. But even he maybe hasn't eaten all day long. He sincerely shares his food. Even though he could have chased the cat away, he didn't do it. This man has a bigger heart than most of us because he knows how it feels to starve. This video from India teaches us to help each other. At first, this video just shows us how an ordinary day looks like as a street food seller. But not long after that, a flame came out of the blue from the stove, and people start to run and avoid the fire. Shortly, the fire spreads toward the gas and it could be dangerous. But there's one man who starts to pick some sand and throw it to the fire. And then people start to do the same thing to avoid the fire getting bigger. In the end, the fire can be extinguished in less than 2 minutes with help of these people. A blind woman and her child are walking in the station, but she's unaware that her son led her to the railway track. And then, he fell into the railroad tracks with the train coming closer. A man notices it from a distance and runs at his full speed to help. Luckily, both of them are safe. Because of his heroic action, he was awarded 50,000 rupees by the government, but he gave it to the child for his school tuition fee. What a hero! This driver saw an elderly man that's struggling to cross the street. Then he immediately gets out of his car and helps him to cross the street. Happy to see that there is still hope for humanity. Good for you, sir. As we can see, this guy looks extremely happy when he got a foul ball on the stand. But when he saw this little girl, he, in a blink, gives the ball to this little fan. Well, it's not easy to give away something that we really want so bad, right? This is a situation the stadium of Hawkeye full of football fans that wave at children in the UI Children's Hospital that overlooks the stadium. This is a tradition from 2017 that all the fans wave at the end of the first quarter to support the children at that hospital. This is a video of Mexico's flood from a few years ago. We can look at how cold and frightened the dog is, right? But luckily, these kind people rescue the dog and take care of him. An employee of a waste sorting complex, Mikhail Tukash from Ulyanovsk, Russia, is speechless when he sees what is inside of this bag. At the right time and at the right place, he saves this poor kitten a few seconds before the bag goes into the trash shredder. Still, remember how fun Halloween is? As usual, this boy came out to this house to pick some candy. But he can see nothing except an empty bowl. Instead of leaving, he put some of his candy to the empty bowl. So the next trickster can have candy from this house. This runner fell right just before 200 meters from the finish line. Then two stranger runners helped him to cross the finish line. The solidarity of these runners is incredible. A car crash engine can happen anywhere like this one. But fortunately, there are these kind people to help him to pull over his car. They push his car to the edge of the street together and save his day. We know, tall people usually face this problem. Their legs can't fit the normal airplane seat. His legs can fit the space from his seat. However, this lady notices how uncomfortable he is and asks him to switch the seat because she sits in an emergency seat which has more space for his legs. In the end, she just says that he just needs to pay it forward in return. There are two beggar children approaching a man in one fast food restaurant. They ask for food and immediately, he pleases them to sit and ask what food they want from the menu. We really need more of this kind of people in the world. A little cracker seller is fallen asleep because there are no buyers. This angelic man came and woke him to buy. But when he gives him money, he gives him 50,000 rupees or around $3.5 US, where the original price is just around 5,000 rupees or around 35 cents. So he gives him money 10 times more. What a generous man. The last video shows us when an online motorcycle taxi driver in Indonesia willingly helped this elderly lady to cross a busy street. It shows us how humanity still exists in this world.